Welcome back to Sainted Bronies Discuss. Today, as you will probably remember from our last video, today's topic is our favorite song from the Season 2 finale. Oh, just mentioning the finale makes me sad.
Hey, it's on Netflix!
Oh, yeah, that's right!
But we're probably a week late.
Who cares? Anyway, so since Jamie started us off last time, I'll start. Now there were 3 major songs, and we're only going to be counting those since there were a few other reduxes of the songs, like one where Chrysalis did This Day Aria, Twilight made a sadder version of b.b.b.f.f, blah 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 whatever. We're only going to be sticking with the main song, and with that, my favorite song is This Day Aria, sung by Princess Cadence, or, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't Cadence, it was Chrysalis.
Oh!
Shit. Yeah. Man. Personally, I've always been a big fan of orchestral music with an epic scope to it, trailer music, Epicon, a lot of John Horner music. That sort of stuff just blows me out of the water. That's one of my favorite types. And This Day Aria, while I wouldn't say it had the biggest scope of any sort of, music I've ever heard, for what it is, it's an amazingly epic song. But personally, my real favorite part, what really got me interested in it, being a person who hopes to one day be in voice acting, was Britt McKillop's performance in the song. Mostly because I was just amazed, ungodly impressed, how quickly she was able to flip between this very evil, this evil-sounding Cadence voice and the good-sounding Cadence voice. One's cackling and evil, one's sad and pathetic. And they both sound similar enough that it's still Cadence, but they sound different enough that you can, that it... I don't know what I'm going to...
just distinguish the tone.
Yeah, but you don't really need to, considering you can see the visuals. But, regardless, I found that to be a nice little touch, and was impressed at how well she was able to pull it off. Now, much like Kathleen Barr, I don't know many I just forgot her name.
Just say who you're thinking of.
Bill and McKitt. That's obviously not it, but whatever. I have a bad memory today.
Like Britt McKill or something like that.
Whatever. She is more with, the girly stuff like Bratz, Barbie. She's more like that stuff. And much like Kathleen Barr, I assume that she probably came in expecting it to be basically that. Turns out it wasn't, and she got to sing this epic friggin' song, which, by the way, in my opinion, seems to be the height of what I've seen, because I listened to some of her music afterwards, because she's, a licensed singer, and I think this is probably the best that she's had, in my opinion. Most of the rest of it's country. I don't have anything against country, it's just, I don't know, she didn't sound quite as good.
Gosh darn city folk, you.
Nah, we bad like that. Hey, Osh.
Overall, you suck. Anyways.
Yeah. The scope, the tone, and just this, the rising, the rising tension until it hits that finishing climax is just amazing. Especially when she starts walking down the aisle and gets into her role. Finally, the moment has arrived for me to... I can't sing that song because I'm a guy.
No.
And I'm not going to fall for that trap.
But for the most part...
Yeah, thank you, I've been practicing. Wait a minute. Dang it! Oh, shit. Fuck you, Kermit. Fuck you.
I'm not cutting that part out.
Yeah, I figured.
Anyways.
Yeah, so, This Day Aria. I love the scope. I love how Britt McKillop is able to just switch between the two versions of Cadence's voice so quickly and so effectively. And I love how it has this rising level of tension until it finally hits the climax and it just crescendos perfectly. Absolutely adore it. My favorite song of the Season 2 finale.
Alright, so I guess it's my turn now.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's gotta be, for some reason, one of the ones that got the lowest scores on the whole poll of EQD. b.b.b.f.f. Why? It's amazing!
It's because of the fact that This Day Aria is like a big orchestral epic tune,
Well,
and
yes, but...
Love Is in Bloom is like a pop song, and people love that, apparently.
Yes, but b.b.b.b.f.f had so much actual emotion into it. It was heartwarming and sad at the same time because of how lonely Twilight was, except for Shining Armor and Cadence. It was just sad to see that she only had those two ponies to rely on. And what? Yeah! It was heartwarming. It was sad. She cried. She had a ghost of Shining Armor next to her when it went back to the show. Come on! Needs more bulls! It's just an awesome song. I love it. It's slow but fast. It's enjoyable. It's just awesome.
Well, I think the issue is that kind of gets overshadowed by, This Day Aria, with the rising emotions and the singing of the plan. I will admit that you are right. There is a lot more of a heartfelt, emotional character building situation going on here. But This Day Aria, while not doing that quite as well, it did have more of what people wanted to hear in just typical music. And people like me, who don't necessarily know too much about music beyond just being a casual listener, I think they can find more to enjoy in that, while also, being able to get some enjoyable character and development, I guess. I don't know if you call it development, just, singing about her evil plan. Again, Chrysalis is a barn villain,
Well,
but
still,
back to
I
you.
mean, I get that it's a massive orchestral song, This Day Aria, and especially Love Is in Bloom, I think, would count on that level, too. But
I wouldn't call that
just for the fact that it was just Twilight, just a small song, but it had a lot of emotion into it, and that's what I really liked about that song from the Season 2 finale, is I just like that a lot more than I do This Day Aria. Love Is in Bloom is a very enjoyable one, I'll listen to that, but in order, it'd have to go b.b.b.f.f, Love Is in Bloom, and then This Day.
Also, I think one thing is that a lot of people are still kind of on the fence about Shining Armor and Cadence because of the fact that they did just sort of pop the hell right out of nowhere. I mean, it's
Well,
like,
I get that,
with
yeah.
a character that is apparently so important to Twilight and someone who was like the only, pony who cared about her.
Why not mention her? Why Spike Nick get no love?
Yeah. Well, he's not a pony, he's a dragon. And,
You heartless bastard!
And if I recall, Lauren Faust did say that it wasn't until later in her life that Twilight and Spike actually started to bond, and she actually started to take care of him.
Yeah.
But that's a discussion for another time.
But one thing I was thinking about is that, if I'm correct, is that when the song is actually playing, Twilight already has her cutie mark.
Yeah.
Which is after Spike's hatch.
Well, yeah, but Lauren Faust stated that
But still,
it was a little later. But again, we'll get in that discussion later. Spike will have his own topic for sure. Maybe even next week. What do you say?
Maybe, but you just gotta think of something Spike related.
I think Spike will be the header of next week's topic.
Okay, we have exactly 1 week to flip our shit and try and find a Spike topic that has two different opinion sides on it.
Alright.
But one thing I just want to say before we close out is that I don't care what season it is, what song it is, the #1 Brony song is Winter Wrap Up. I say that no matter what song is made, Winter Wrap Up will be the definite pony song. Like, you cannot be a Brony for more than 45 minutes without having to listen to Winter Wrap Up.
It's pretty awesome.
It's
to wrap up.
Awesome song. I hum it a lot. I've got a bunch of remixes on my phone. I say it a bunch on YouTube. It's just an amazing all-around song. It's just perfect. I love that song.
Well, you kind of deviated from the topic a bit there, mister.
A little bit.
I think
but I don't care.
I think I'm going to have to kick you out. Am I going to have to make you forcefully exit the premise? I'm going to have to put my boot up your ass?
You're half the size of me.
I have a big boot!
And your dog likes me more than you.
No,
Your dog likes me more than you.
Well, your dog likes me more than you.
Yeah, I know. She isn't here, though.
Well, Saber, you're on my side on this, right?
No.
Stop putting words into my dog's mouth.
Anyways, that was our episode of Sandy and Bronies Discuss.
Next week, we will have Spike of some description.
Hopefully, if we cannot find anything, we will apologize, kick ourselves in the ass, and then give a different topic. Thank you, though. Peace.
Bye-bye.